stupid hair and layers underneath. You look way better than you got the suit jacket, bro. You got the see. That's a good suit jacket. The maroon and the black. Mine's like gray pants that don't even match. Goodwill. It is from Goodwill.
I mean, mine's from H&M. It was I can't find the pants. Somehow can't find the pants, but the suit as a whole was $110.
Really?
Yeah, at H&M. I bought 3 of them when I was at my last job because I liked dressing up instead of wearing scrubs.
Oh yeah.
And the jackets were $74 and the pants were $30.
Where was this? The medical field sales?
Oh, the my last job, yeah, still sales, but like for an oncology lab.
Mm.
But it was like because I go into offices, so most people wear scrubs, but I was kind of like, I'm 25, 24, talking to 60-year-old oncologists that have been in the business for however long.
Yeah.
I'm going to like at least make the best first impression as I can when I'm walking in not knowing anything.
Did they like that when you wore the suits?
I mean, nobody really like made a comment. The nurses and stuff did, but like as much as I needed to get them on my good side, they weren't the one I was selling to.
You took them out to lunch, right?
I brought lunch.
What was like your go-to? Like, did you bring any good food? They loved you, and then you brought like pizza, and then they were like, screw this guy, we're not buying from him.
No, I brought pizza one time because it was my first one. I technically wasn't even supposed to be out in the field yet because I wasn't out in the field till January, and this meeting was already set up when I got hired for in like the end of December. And so I went like not even really knowing what to do yet, and I didn't know like what to order, what to do. So like it was like morning of, I was on my way over there, and so like I ordered pizza to pick it up on the way, which I mean they didn't care, but like, which ended up being one of my.
I'm glad I remembered this. Your mic, try to keep it like a fist away from, so we can extend it.
No, that's good. No, it works right there.
Okay. So,
anyway, they ended up being one of my better clients because like
where was
they
this?
liked me.
Because dude, you would drive all over the state.
Well, I had the whole state, and then in February I got given Ohio as well, so I had both states. So I was every other week going back and forth to Ohio because we had a rep.
How many miles would you drive
Ohio.
a week if you were to like rough estimate?
I don't know. I was driving.
Because you would probably get reimbursed, right?
Minimum $10,000 a month.
10,000 miles?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you listen to music in those cars?
Well, like for that, I mean, like now, I mean, because I'm only driving to the gym and back when I drive, I get like snippets of a podcast, but like those days I could finish a podcast and a half usually in one day. So I had to like really find new ones that I would listen to, or I do music, or eventually I started doing books too,
like audiobooks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because like
I don't know how to. Where do you even find audiobooks?
I got an Audible subscription because like at that point like I was going through enough of them that it like made sense because it was like $11 a month or something for however many like unlimited books on the Audible.
Yeah.
So like it made sense. And that was the only time I was reading. I mean, I don't even really read, but like I was listening to books, so I counted it.
Dude, I think the last book I read was probably like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You remember those books?
Yeah.
There were some good ones back in the day. You know, there was.
Well, for sure. I mean, I've read a book here and there. I didn't like read any like books like legit read them since like middle school. Once I had to read for school, I lost.
You remember those book fairs in middle school, elementary school?
Elementary school, yeah. But like in
what was your go-to? What would you choose?
Oh, I never got stuff from there. I never spent money at those. I might get like a pencil or something.
You want to sauce me that blanket? I'm like shivering, dude. I'm a little bit chilly. But hey, if you want any gloves,
you got the TUEBOR
you know
gloves.
Dude, that is a great idea. idea.
And there you go, another new merch option.
Well, this is I've been saying that. It's like
yeah,
like
that's fine. No, but I'm trying. Like, what's the Is it across from
Dollar General. You know those like garages, big garages.
Oh, behind it.
Yeah, so like you know the Speedway.
Yeah, there's the Speedway there, on the corner, on both corners, and then the Dollar General on the other side of the street.
So like say you're at the Speedway, you're looking at the Dollar General.
Okay.
You look to the right of the Dollar General, still on the Speedway. And then that's the entrance.
Oh, I thought those were residential, like apartments and stuff. It's business and stuff back there, or
Yeah,
it was like storage units. Is you in a big storage unit?
Yeah. So some people do it. Some people it's just their store. They're just like really wealthy and just have their own. Some people use it for that. Those are like the big guys, but most of the, well, no, I'd say there's a couple people that have gyms and they just all their friends go. They have sick gyms, but most
things,
half people have it for business and they operate their business.
I didn't know it was back there. I guess.
But it's nice. It's nice. It's because it's just big.
I originally thought you were in this one right here at the end of Lakewood. Those big ones down there.
Which ones?
Like right here at the end of Lakewood before the intersection. That storage unit.
Do you know what?
You know, like the three big tall ones. Right here at the end of the road.
Oh.
Because that's where our old gym used to be.
Yeah.
And I thought you were there. I was going to talk to you about, like, because we are, like, looking to get a new, bigger space. And one of the options or one of the ideas, like, I had for Eli was, like, buy all three of the units and knock down the walls in the middle. So it's one big unit. But we'd obviously have to, like, I think there's one person that owns one. There's another gym there now. And then I don't know what the other one's used for. So you have to, like, buy them all. But, like, I was like, oh, if Kevin has one, he might be willing to sell it. And that would make it a little bit easier.
Did you talk to the owner?
Of what?
There? You're talking about... So
these gray ones right at the end of the road here.
Yeah. But on the right side, because on the left side there's smaller ones.
Yeah, no, the three big tall ones.
Even dude, the ones on the left are big. The right are they're massive.
Not high enough ceilings. We need a minimum 15 feet for rope climbs.
Oh, those.
No, the ones on the left aren't tall enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, mine, it's definitely taller than the ones on the left, but it's around maybe a tiny bit bigger than those, but definitely not as big as those. Yeah, those are huge. Well, but those, dude, those rent. You know how much they cost to rent?
How much?
$4,000 a month for those.
That makes sense.
And you can't even buy those. It's just one owner owns all of it.
Well, but like there's a gym there renting out in the middle one. Yeah, that's where our gym used to be before we moved to the space we're in now. By Scrapyard.
You have a gym?
No, like CrossFit Holland.
Oh. You've been talking about like starting your own gym. I thought.
Well, yeah, but that's years down the road.
Never say never.
I'm not saying never. I said it's years down the road.
Hey,
I'm putting a timeline on it.
If you got any idea you want to pitch me ever, dude, just give me a call because I'm for real all ears. There's nothing that excites me more than like starting a bit. Dude, like, you know, the first year is the most daunting for everyone. It's the scariest. That's what I live. It's the most fun because it's like,
well, I don't know. Like, I mean, I want to do it because I like CrossFit and I want to coach. I mean, I enjoyed the business side of it. That's
why we would be perfect.
Well, no, I mean, that makes sense. It's why like most people do it with some sort of business partner. But like most gym owners like working out, they like coaching, and so like the business side of thing is really tough for them. And like Eli and I were talking about one time, like programming and stuff like that. A lot of gym owners get stuck in like their beginning phases where you're like, you're really trying to like get as many new members and lose as few new members as you can, right? So like when you're programming for your week, you're trying to program for the masses so that most people can do it so they can get a good workout in and leave happy and all that kind of stuff, right? But the problem is, like, once you grow to somewhat of a decent size, like, you're going to have members that are pretty good at CrossFit that want more of a challenge, and you need to be able to find a way to provide that for them. Am I not close enough? Jeez, they have to be that close to me. Okay.
Well, sorry.
No,
I
it's fine.
didn't mean to.
No, it's just I didn't realize it had to be this close.
Well, no, just like a fist. Just imagine like a
that's
fist.
closer. That's half a fist.
Trust me, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
But so anyway, and so you have like people like me who like want to kind of move on to the next level. They're past the just like going to the gym for an hour a day. Like they like working out with their friends. They like being there for the class, but like they need a little more, or they need the workouts to be a little challenging. But because most of these gym owners, like starting the business side of it was really daunting, they like got locked into that business side of the mindset of like trying to keep new members, trying to keep everybody happy, trying to like not make things too challenging because you want everybody to like be able to do it, so they don't want to like quit, right? And then you lose, and then you start to like, you probably won't lose members because of it, but like you're gonna get people like going like, oh, I wish it was harder here. Why can't we do this? Like, why can't we do this? So that's why like Eli loves me programming because I can write like the hard stuff for the week, and like when I write my weeks, like I mean they're all doable and they're all very scalable. Like that's the thing about CrossFit is like any movement has like 5 to 10 different scale levels down, so like anybody can do it, which is like really supposed to be like the biggest strong factors. Like you can really do it at whatever level you're at. It's like really about getting the sweat on and being around community. But like for the people, so like I write them, but I make them pretty brutal like when I do them, because a lot of it is based off of like things I've done and like things like I've had written for me.
Is there anyone who doesn't like it when you write them?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like Eli can still be the happy gym owner that everybody likes because he's the fun guy and like cool coach and stuff. And then he can be like, oh no, this was Spencer. If you didn't like it, it was his fault. And I'm perfectly fine with that because it's not my business.
Yeah.
So like I can do the thing that I like to do, which is program. And he likes to program. He obviously likes to coach because that's why he got into it. But like I can make it like more or less appealing to the masses.
You know what my question was for CrossFit? This is what like I've always thought about, and I don't know if you know the exact answer, but like is there like a corporate CrossFit that like takes a percentage of all their, do you know, like is it a lot? Is it a big percentage?
CrossFit HQ, I mean there's a whole lot of crap going on behind the scenes right now, especially with like Lazar Jukic dying last year at the games, and all like that whole mess, and this restructuring of the game season, like, and a lots of stuff. But in essence, like CrossFit HQ was they have their own like programming that like anybody can follow, so you can do it from anywhere. That's kind of like the whole point. And then
do they have like an app, a website?
Like to be a CrossFit affiliate, like to call yourself a CrossFit gym. Like we're CrossFit Holland, if you're whatever CrossFit, like there's CrossFit Lake Effect on Lakewood, and then so like anything that like is CrossFit whatever, you are a CrossFit affiliate. You have to pay
an initiation fee?
A yearly due, and I think like right now it's $3,500 a year.
Oh, that's not bad.
But no, it's. I mean, so they raised it up from $2,500 last year.
So you could just like say you have a business in your garage, start an LLC, pay the $3,500, boom, CrossFit.
Technically.
Wow.
But you need members. I mean, like you gotta. Yeah. And you need equipment, and you need like all that stuff.
So they don't provide any of that.
Oh no, it's your gym. You're just being a CrossFit affiliate. You're affiliated with the CrossFit brand. So like, because. When they raised dues this past year, Eli and I were talking like loosely, like it wasn't ever really serious. It was like, well, we could just like kind of call ourselves like the Holland Fitness Club. Like we don't follow any of CrossFit HQ's programming. Some gyms do. Like we write all our own programming, and then just like, yeah, we still offer group style, high intensity interval training, like, which is what CrossFit is, like functional fitness, but we never say we're CrossFit. So you can still do it all. You just don't have the affiliate of CrossFit, which some people they find you through the affiliate program, right? Like they'll look up CrossFit gyms near me and they'll see like this is labeled CrossFit because it's affiliated with CrossFit HQ. If they searched that up, they wouldn't see us if we weren't a CrossFit gym.
Do you think that CrossFits are like maybe a little bit oversaturated in Holland? No, because there's two of them.
Two.
So if they look up, okay. So is that like in Grand Rapids? There's probably a couple as well.
Grand Rapids, I think there's like 3 in the media area that pulls from. There's like 2 in Grand Haven.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that spot near the itty bitty bar, that big plot of land.
Yeah.
It's commercial. I know the owner. I've been. One day, I'm gonna. Maybe he wants to sell it to me, but doing something there. Honestly, whatever he would want. But if he would allow, dude, that would be the spot. Because thinking, unless the community center actually goes up where they're doing like a free gym for all Park Township residents. Because what gym is close? Like that's the closest gym for all of the people with money in Holland. Like it's all on the north
just
side.
have to go over the bridge. Well, that's why we want to be back here at the end of Lakewood. The reason we like our spot now is because it's easily accessible for everybody on the south side.
Are you saying like that's what Eli wants to do, or that's what you want to do when you start your own?
Do what?
Like you want to be in that one? Like, did you want to be in that one, or was that Eli?
No, that was a talk for like we were like trying to brainstorm like what, because he's actively looking for new and bigger locations, but it's tough because like any of the places that have the size requirements, because we're not looking to move to a place that's the same size we're already in, right? Like that would be pointless. Yeah. We need a place bigger. And the tough thing is like the warehouse style or these storage unit styles that like usually fit CrossFit boxes. Any that are big enough for like what we need to upgrade to aren't like close enough to where we like. He loves the location we're in. So like we're with Scrapyard, right? They're in the same building as us, Scrapyard Climbing. We would equally like to buy them out as much as they would like to buy us out for the space, right? Like knock down that wall in the middle.
Wait, what's their name?
What? Scrapyard?
Scrapyard, they're the rock climbing?
Yeah.
Is Scrapyard and CrossFit equally, like, they're both profitable, they're both booming?
Scrapyard's growing. Everybody's getting into climbing nowadays. Like, they're getting big. Like, Josh would love to take over our space because we've got higher ceilings on our side, or more higher ceilings on our side.
How much do those cost to put up? I've always wondered that.
I don't know, probably a lot. But like he gets a ton of people in there. They're hosting a competition this weekend. So like they do stuff like that too. So they would love the space too. But we would also love the space. So like right now we're like sharing the space, 2 separate businesses. But both of us would like the space. So eventually one of us is gonna move out and the other will claim the space because it's such a prime location, right? Like we're just over the bridge on the way to downtown or on the way out of downtown. Like we're right there. So it's super easily accessible. And like even right here at the end of Lakewood isn't that much different from it. But like the very first location was the building where Fat Burrito used to be, you know, that park, that plaza back there in between James and Riley. Mm-hmm. So it used to be there, and like that was obviously, I mean, it got small quick, but like that was super out of the way because you got to get on 31. It's you're way on the north side, so anybody on the south side has to drive a little farther. So like that's a tough thing. We still want to be like CrossFit Holland. We still want to like attract the Holland area, but we want to be accessible because Holland's pretty big and growing.
Do they pay rent at that building now, or do they own it?
No, it was rented out because that whole building, like there are other businesses.
Who do they rent
like
from?
5 Stars there.
Yeah.
There's an engineering company there. There's like a furnishing company that. No, it's I don't know who owns the whole building.
Has Eli thought of just like buying land and building?
Yeah, he's thought of that too because like we've talked about like what our ideal building would look like. You know, like with offices.
Do you want to be an owner? Like, have you talked to him about like?
Of CrossFit Holland?
Getting into there? Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be like that. It'd be like if he needed a way to get into a new space, like then I would want to. But no, I want to like start my own. Like I would probably like go Zealand, Hudsonville area because I do still like the west side of Michigan, but like, or I mean, honestly, it depends. I don't like making any rock solid this is what I want to do, because like I don't know what my life's gonna be like a year from now. So like,
Speaking about what your life is going to look like a year from now, what I'm about to say has absolutely nothing to do with it. But it's about that time for an intro. You ready,
Okay.
Spencer? This is probably the best introduction. Well, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm just going to say it. But you guys, if you don't know already, if you didn't hear me say his name Spencer 4 times, this is Spencer Carl. And Spencer's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. From dominating as a junior national champion to battling through personal and professional challenges, his story is one of resilience, courage, and unwavering determination. Spencer's relentless drive earned him a full ride scholarship at the University of Louisville, where his hard work pushed him to new heights, sometimes to the point of overdoing it. But what truly defines Spencer isn't just his achievements in the pool. It's his ability to reflect, adapt, and grow through adversity. From transferring to the University of Michigan, United States of Michigan. From transferring to the University of Michigan and learning to prioritize health over perfection, to breaking pool records and finding purpose beyond the Olympic trials, Spencer's journey isn't just about swimming, it is about life. Today, he stands as a beacon of perseverance, inspiring others to share their stories and embrace their struggles as stepping stones to success. Spencer, welcome to TUEBOR, the #1 show in the world. We are honored to hear your story, and we were just talking about CrossFit a lot, and obviously, you guys can tell, Spencer's hot on CrossFit. He's one of the best in the nation in CrossFit right now. One of the best.
No, don't
Okay,
even say that.
I'm
not even close.
Okay, well, I think you are.
But
Dude,
I'm
I
not.
see what you're posting on Instagram,
Okay,
bro.
yeah.
His Instagram is in the description below. Follow his Instagram.
I'm
It is
not
ridiculous.
even remotely close.
What does that even
Which
mean?
is
though?
it's okay, but like I'm not anywhere even close.
What does that even mean?
What do
You're
you
not
mean?
even-
What does it mean?
You're not even remotely close?
Yeah.
I disagree. I just think there's no way.
To being one of the best in the nation
Yeah, dude.
at CrossFit.
Okay, he's a humble man.
I'm so far away from even making the games to even be in that conversation.
You say this, dude, but you're gonna do it.
Okay, but I'm talking
Hey,
about right now.
Did you think that you were going to win junior nationals
Yeah.
and go 143?
Yeah.
You won 143, right?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But yes.
Re-
I mean, like
You don't-
everything. No, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm the best, I'm gonna win. It was.
Oh, I know.
It was everything I did leading up to that point. Like this was bound and determined to happen. Not like going into it, but after the fact, looking back at it, yeah. Okay. But I also know, like at that time before it, I was one of the fastest in the nation. Okay. I'm nowhere even close to one of the best CrossFitters in the nation right now. So it's not even in the conversation.
Wouldn't you say that's like personal opinions though? Like
no, there's it's just like swimming. You go a time. And there's numbers that you compare it to.
This is in my opinion, it's all about like you see these dudes on Instagram, right? Some guys have big muscles, some guys have small muscles. Spencer has absolute hammers. You guys can see him doing. He doesn't do curls. He does like the Olympic lifts, which is
okay. We'll talk about Olympic lifts. We want to go there.
Well,
my max.
Okay, well, we're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to CrossFit. I want to shift back because everyone that knows,
even being humble, it's a fact.
I know. Well, okay,
I appreciate the glaze, but
I just
you're too positive.
No, I genuinely don't know anyone else who's as dedicated.
Well,
as you.
I mean, that's fair.
Like for me, he is the best CrossFit person I know.
Fair.
I don't know many. I know a couple, but you're the
So your sample size is too small.
Well, there's only so many I know in the world. So then, I don't know.
I guess.
But would you agree that most people watching this, even though they're gonna know you through CrossFit, they probably know you through swimming and through your accomplishments in swimming.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, like anybody that knows you before your step into public service knows you through swimming.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like if they know me through that, they would know that, or they know you through that, they would know me through that too. Like I would say.
So where did it all begin? Obviously, we for those of you who don't know, Spencer and I both swam for West Ottawa Swim Club. We both swam for Michigan Lakeshore Aquatics. We both swam for the University of Michigan. Spencer a lot longer than me. Our journeys are similar in some ways, different in others, but overall we started from the same place, West Ottawa Swim Club. My coach was Chris Smith. Did you ever as well? So how did you get like started into swimming? Because your whole family, Sydney swam.
That's it.
But you and Sydney swam, and that's
well. So
did you guys did your parents kind of like
no?
encourage? Was that your decision?
I mean, it was totally. It was kind of my decision. So my parents put all three of us into swim lessons when we were like babies because we live right on the lake. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense if you live in Holland, Michigan to know how to swim.
Yeah.
West side of Michigan in general to know how to swim. Yeah. You're by a lake. You should probably know how to swim. But
smart parents. Shout out the Carls.
Well, I mean, I was the only one of the three of us that liked it.
Okay.
And then when I was 5 years old, I had a kidney infection in both kidneys caused by reflux. So essentially my ureters, this is way too technical for this podcast, but it's the tube that connects your bladder to your kidneys, didn't work correctly. So my bladder would fill up too much. Pee would go back into my kidneys. That's how they got infected. Like I would hold it too long because I couldn't feel the urge to have to go to the bathroom. And so it'd go back up in like reflux and go back up into my kidney. So kidney infection. Anyway, when I was 5, I had to have surgery.
That is sound fun.
So for like multiple years after that, like couldn't do contact sport, anything, right? I was still young. I just had major surgery, and like most contact sports, like you get hit in this area. Like I couldn't afford, like at the time, and technically still, like at the time they were worse, but technically still, I need both my kidneys together to function at 100%. Like my right one's at like a little over 20-ish%. My left one's at a little over 70-ish%. So like I can't lose. I mean, technically I could lose my right kidney and maybe be okay, but I definitely can't lose my left kidney. So anyway, so swimming was what I did because I was the only one that liked it. It just made sense. Like that's what I kind of fell into. Because I had already been swimming for a little bit at that point because I liked it, but then I was like, well, I guess this is what I'm doing. And so I kind of stuck it out. And then when I was 8, joined the USA team at West Ottawa.
Wait, where'd you start from 5 to 8?
Oh, I was at West Ottawa the whole time.
Before I forget,
Swim Club the whole time.
Dude, that's okay. So age 5, you had a major surgery, kidney. What was the surgery at age 5?
So I still have the scar right here. They went in and replaced my ureters.
I was gonna make a stupid joke when you said that. I was like, "Did you just say uterus?"
No,
I know it's not.
I explained it. I said it was way too. It's the tube that connects your bladder to your kidney.
So
that's very rudimentary.
How
like
do
I
you
know
replace that?
Well, I don't know. I was 5 years old. I didn't watch.
Because you can't just go and get like electrical wires and like.
Dude, but you know what's tough?
What?
I had to have a cath put in when I was 5 years old. That's not fun.
Yeah,
I was screaming bloody murder.
What is a cath?
A catheter.
Oh, a cath.
When I was 5, and it hurts as a guy when you're older.
I've never had. Yeah,
imagine being this big, having to have one put in. It was bad.
Oh,
that's like the only thing I remember like from that whole situation is that obviously
the pain.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
How did do your parents have good memories of that?
Or yeah, I mean my mom said like so I had to drink. They needed my bladder to be empty before the surgery, right? So, so I had to pee, but I couldn't pee. So I'm like chugging these, the mini cans of, I think it was Sprite. And I was like, I think I went through like 7 of them before I like finally had to pee. Like that's how much of a problem this was, even when I was 5 years old.
So the pee just went back and then what? Like, and then.
Well, then eventually it got to the point where I like couldn't hold it anymore and I would go.
And then what does that do to you? Like, to your kidney.
Well, your kidneys filter the fluids in your body, and all the waste gets peed out.
Yeah.
So all that waste is then going back up into the kidneys. That's how they get infected.
And then it's going through those filters, and
I don't know like the
Yeah,
exact details of any. That's like about the extent I know of it, but like
you can tell I'm not the most medical.
well, I don't even know like that much about it either. Your brothers could probably tell you more.
Yeah,
But like
they're probably thinking I'm super. Yeah. Well,
but I mean either way, but like that was all I needed to know. Right? Like this is why it happened. This is like and so anyway, my bladder when I was 5 years old was the size of an adult's. Because it got stretched out that much. And now it's probably like 2 to 2.5 times the size of a normal adult's.
why is it that bigger?
Because I would hold pee too long.
Do you still do that? Is that still?
No, it's not a problem. But like at the time, like I stretched it out. Just like when you eat a lot, you stretch your stomach out and eventually it gets like bigger from food. Like that's literally exactly what happened.
I'm done saying jokes.
It's fine. There's no.
Well, you were
like
just
what jokes,
dude. Oh man, these clips, man, these clips. I'm just thinking about what he's saying and the way it's like the way it could be potentially spinned, and I'm just thinking to myself, spun. Yeah, see, grammar. But we're gonna move on.
Okay.
When did you first? Okay, so look, you started when you were 5, and
I
then
started
you started
before I was 5. I started like competitively swimming when I was
okay.
5.
Age 2, you had your first lesson. Competitive, or West Ottawa Swim Club at age 8. But when did you fall in love with swimming?
When did I like actually fall in love with swimming, or like when did I think I fell in love with swimming? Because probably like
both
10, 11, 12 years old, I kind of like sort of go, oh yeah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But like even then, it was like maybe I was at the time was thinking of like because like state meets were at like Eastern or something. I'm like, oh, it'd be super cool to swim here for college, not knowing like the caliber of like schools and like what swimming at certain. And I was a big state fan when I grew up, so I was like, oh, it'd be cool to swim at Michigan State like that. But obviously, not knowing like the caliber of schools when it came to swimming. So like, I mean, then you could say maybe then, but like not actually did I like say, okay, this is what I want to do till probably my sophomore-ish, probably my junior year of high school, because that was, I mean, I loved water polo, and that was when I like, and I was good at it too. Like I was the only player to make all-state on a non-state qualifying team.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And so like
was that ever difficult for you deciding like swimming or water polo?
So I had like that summer I kind of had to decide because
hold on,
like
this
Rockford,
was your senior year or junior year?
Like going into my junior year.
Okay.
So like Rockford had their like ODP Olympic Development Program that like they would go out to California once in the summer and play the teams out there. But it's like if you really wanted to like play water polo in college, you had to be playing out in California because that's where like the level of competition was. Nobody really on this side of the country plays. So I kind of had to make that decision, and at the time it was like, okay, well, there's still as few opportunities as there are for swimming compared to other sports. There's even less opportunities for water polo, and I had a goal of whatever sport I was doing to pay for my college. So like I chose swimming, and then I like really started to like really get into it and really like focus on all the things out of the pool, and like swimming like obviously skyrocketed after that.
And then after that, he just decided to win junior nationals. That's when you look back at your swimming career, is that dude, because that you're the best in the nation, and then it's like boom. When you did that, I remember I was watching that, and I just didn't even know what to think. It was literally ridiculous to see like this dude who was just I just remember him at West Ottawa Swim Club winning junior nationals, which like it's not like 18. Okay. Junior nationals, 18 and under, the fastest go there. And it's not Y Nats, which is a lot different because it's the YMCA team.
Yeah, but there's some kids in Y Nats. That's some crazy.
Shout out to everyone.
Joey Puglisi at Y Nats.
Shout out Joey Puglisi. Shout out all the Y people. But I'm just saying, like, dude, it's insane.
Well, yeah, and
How
even
did
my
that
time too was faster than everybody at the West Junior Nationals. So like I had the fastest time overall.
that I did not know.
Yeah.
Dude, that's oh my gosh. Okay,
But
so
I mean, like
how-
at the time, yeah, that was the best thing I had ever done in swimming.
what if when you look back at it now, do you feel that like because did you feel proud when you won that?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of swimmers struggle with like after they accomplish their goal, then it's like I don't feel how, like I don't know. Have you ever
No, I didn't have a problem with that because like I knew the work I put in. Like
Yeah.
I knew. I remember it was the day of
what inspired that
prom,
work,
I
like that
think.
dedication? What? Oh,
And
scratch that.
and I needed to get a practice in, and so Jim let me come in after school, like right after school, and get a practice. And I remember we were doing like 8 150s, and we were trying to hold race pace. 8 150s fly, trying to hold 200 pace.
All right. What?
And so I was there like before we
What
went
was it
out for
on?
prom.
What was it on?
I don't remember. Like enough rest, but like.
Oh my god.
And so like anyway,
Yeah,
just to say like I knew like the work I put in, so like I got out of the water, and honestly like what, and this will lead into like other struggles and stuff too, but like
Yeah.
a month later when they were coming out with the like junior national team, I didn't make the cut for the junior national team because I aged up a month before the cutoff deadline, even though I had the fastest time in the country. So like that, like really, I mean, and you know, fair enough. That's when they make the cut line. I didn't do it soon enough. Like, and that was my like breakout swim probably.
Yeah.
But it like really made me mad. And so like then like other goals like started to come in because of that and like everything. But then things fell apart later on, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But
well, we can talk about we'll get there.
But anyway,
we'll get there.
like I still don't think that was like my most significant accomplishment. Like at the time, I like it because trials was the summer before that fall, and so like that was still the coolest thing I had done in swimming.
Dude, okay, Olympic trials is for those of you who haven't been to Olympic trials. If you go, it is like the pinnacle of American swimming. Olympic trials, U.S. in my opinion.
Well, some events are faster than the Olympics.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never swam there. Never even been close to swimming there. But Spencer, I believe you swam at 2.
No,
One.
I didn't. I mean, like again
One.
because of everything that happened, I didn't make the.
Okay,
But
well,
in 2016,
you 200 fly, right? 100. You got it by .02, right?
something like that. Yeah,
I think
or
the cut,
0.01
the cut was like
even,
a
I don't know.
50.
54.73, and I think I went to 54.72.
It was, dude. And then it was in Geneva, right?
Yeah, at
Dude.
the.
It is okay. .01 is like literally like this, and it was the very last possible swim. It was a time trial, right?
No, it was the race.
Was it the finals?
But it was finals.
It was the last time he could.
Yeah.
And everyone, dude, that was insane. It's like when the pressure's on.
And I was deathly sick that meet. I was pissed because I wanted to scratch the 2 fly.
Jim made you swim it?
No, Jim wasn't my coach yet.
Oh, it was who? Dan. Was it Dan? Oh,
but no, my mom made me swim it because she's like, "We're here. You're gonna regret not swimming it, like whatever." And I was furious because I was like so sick. And like the 100 fly was the second day. The 2 fly was the last day. So like I was probably fine-ish on the day of the 100 fly, but by the time I got to Sunday, I was like furious that I even had to swim. Yeah. But like it was.
Hey, you got your cut though in the 100s.
No, I know. So like that's all that mattered.
How great is that feeling? Like, because how many times before that did you try and get it? And
I mean, like every time I race leading up to that, technically.
You suited up?
Oh, did I suit up for it? No, because like it's boys season.
Yeah.
For high school leading up to that, so it's all short course. So like that sectionals was the first long course meet of. Technically, it's the end of the season, but they do sectionals in the spring long course. So it was like the first long course meet and in March, and like, but also my last opportunity to get it. So it was like a mix.
When you're at high school, like after that year, your senior year, and you just won junior nationals. You made the Olympic trials. You go to high school. do people like look at you different? Did you feel like a different sort of I don't know, because I have a very
It was swimming.
wait, what?
It was swimming.
Well, I see
You're a swimmer, so you think it's cool.
No, dude. Okay.
Okay.
You want to know what I think? I think people want to see you like winning. Like they want to see you winning, but they don't want to see you doing better than them.
I don't even think it's that. It's swimming. Nobody cared about swimming, which
really?
that was like one of my main goals all through high school, and that's why, like, believe me, I got called cocky plenty of times in high school.
That's good.
But for me, it wasn't because I was like just blatantly like trying to like be better than you. I needed to put on this like fakeness about me to try to make swimming popular, because swimming at West Ottawa was our best sport until the basketball team my senior year got like really good.
Hold on. All right.
Well, hold on. Let me explain this.
What fakeness? What fakeness? I don't think.
I would be like overtly cocky sometimes, like, and that's not my character. Like, I'm obviously already, but like, I would do it just because, like,
what would you do?
Nothing.
Spencer, this shocks me. What would you do?
It's just like if people were to talk about it, I'd like be the center of attention and like try to like be like, yeah, I'm pretty good, like that kind of stuff. But
that's not.
But like looking
that's
back,
just like joking, like humorous, like.
No, but it got carried away sometimes. But like looking back on it, it was like because like so swimming at West Ottawa, that was our best sport in our school. Like we had the 4 years I was there, we were third, second, third. And my senior year, like, kind of shit the bed, but oh well.
At state.
Yeah. But, you know, so, like, that was by far our best sport. And even though our football team was going, like, 1-6 every year or something, like, people still, like, you know, it's football. And, right, it was fair. But, so, like, I was trying to, like, grow swimming popularity. And I was just trying to get people to talk about it at our school, which they eventually did. I mean, I remember my senior year, it was my first meet back after junior nationals, like where I just won the 200 fly. The stands at the pool were completely filled. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Plus, like, all of my friends at the time were also like, I'm like Cam Hillerich, Zach Neitzel, like Joe Sigler, like, but he was swam as well. But like all these people like outside of swimming that were like my friends at the time, they're like talking it up too. Like we got the black hole to go to a swim meet, right? So like
that's sick.
That was a big deal for me. Was trying because I was like, this is our best sport. Why are we not?
How did that happen? How?
What?
Because Brody was just on the show saying we needed a Conor McGregor of swimming. Do you think that you were the Conor McGregor of West Ottawa swimming?
I mean,
to get the black hole to come to West Ottawa High School and witness the greatest swim team in the history of Michigan compete?
I wasn't like that, like out there, but like I mean, I tried to be sometimes.
Or dude, because word got around, everyone knew.
Well, like, so you know, like
it was in the Sentinel.
Our scoreboard, right, at the pool.
Yeah.
So that my sophomore year, Pat Marsman, came to our team. He's like, "What are you guys gonna do?" And we're like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "How are you guys gonna do?" And you know, like Steve's kind of sitting off the back, and we're like, "Well, like we're thinking this." He's like, "You guys get top 2, I'll get you a new scoreboard." And like, so we're like, all right, bet. And so like, that was kind of, so Pat knew, like, obviously football brings money, basketball brings money because you like, you know, but Pat knew like swimming was our school's best sport. And I like, my mom was good friends with him. I got to be pretty good friends with him, especially like after I was done with school. But like, so it was just all around, like just trying to grow swimming at West Ottawa.
So that year when the stands were packed, it was the new scoreboard year too.
No, we got that after my sophomore year because that was the year we got second at state.
So he owned up to his word.
Oh yeah, like we had it like the next month.
I love that. I mean,
because our scoreboard was pretty shitty.
We're getting a new pool though, right?
Well, now we are. Yeah.
Where is it gonna be?
You don't see it? Haven't seen them building it? They're building it into the old track. They're building it out that way. Dude. So off the side of South Building. So the current pool is going to stay there, but then it's going to be an extension of the side of the South.
Dude, that's going to be the sickest. I hope one day I can like be a assistant coach or something, dude. One day down the road I can be an assistant.
I know
coach,
when that bill came up to vote on, I was like, absolutely. Yes, my taxes go to anything. It's going to a new pool for Steve.
Give them $100 million. West Ottawa High School. If West Ottawa High School is spending any money on the pool, they get
Yeah,
West Ottawa.
I'll sign
Give
my
it
own
to 'em.
check for that.
Give
Like,
it to 'em.
I remember I talked to Steve before November.
Yeah. How
And
hype is he about this new
I
thing?
mean, I think he like tries to be like a little cool about
Dude,
it, but I know he's
it's a
giddy
game
about it
changer,
too.
dude. It's
Oh,
probably
yeah,
it's probably going to
huge.
be the nicest pool in the state. No, it's the
It's
most.
going to be tough to top the aquatic center.
We're spending more money. Or actually,
I don't think so.
their seating is just ridiculous.
They're going to do that seating too, but like I'm just saying, like the aquatic center is massive.
Hey, can I say something about West Ottawa swimming real quick? Spencer's been talking about, West Ottawa High School bringing the black hole to the pool. You guys, West Ottawa swimming has won the conference for the past 10, 11 years.
11.
You guys, this is a team not only with great swimmers, just with great people. These are guys you can see in the hallway and they'll put a smile on your face. Guys you can get behind. Go show up at the meets. Show up at the meets. Show your love. Show your support. We should get the West Ottawa, the whole swimmers. Let's get West Ottawa swim meets popping, just like Spencer's year back when he was Spencer McGregor.
Not even.
But okay, Spencer, we are going to move on to your experiences at Louisville.
Okay.
Okay, so I get so sidetracked. I told you I had a whole structure.
Yeah, that's fine.
So now I'm just I'm gonna
tracking you too.
I'm gonna kind of talk about your first year at Louisville.
My only year at Louisville.
Yeah. Your only year at Louisville. What went right? What went wrong?
Well, I mean, what went right was getting a full ride to go there. But like my full ride wasn't just swimming. That rarely happens in swimming because there's only 9.9 scholarships for NCAA men's swimming, and so I knew I was going to have to get academic money too. And so like all the schools I was looking at the first time around were schools that I could get academic money as well because I wanted to be able to like get a full ride in total. And so, I mean, but like that was the thing, like a lot of people were like, oh, why Louisville? Why Louisville? And I couldn't really come up with any other reason. Like, it's a pretty solid reason, right? Like not paying for school.
That's like
but
I mean, as a young kid, it's like you don't want to go into debt.
But also like my major, I wanted it to be biomedical engineering. And so, people go, oh, Louisville has an engineering school, and I'm like, yeah, they do. But, so like the only reason I could really come up with on why I was going there was because I got a full ride, which again is good reason, but not if it's the only reason, right? And I liked it there. I liked the team. And it was also the closest school I was looking at, which at the time when I was like looking at schools, I wanted to get as far away from Michigan as possible. I just wanted to like go somewhere different, try something new, like be somewhere where I didn't know anybody. And like, but come to realize that was actually a pretty stupid decision because of the things I was going through at the time. And so, so like, again, what went well, what went bad. I mean, what went well was I got a full ride. What went bad was everything else. So like, I mean, I started to develop a pretty bad eating disorder basically like after junior nationals of my senior year, but it didn't really take full effect or didn't really see the fruit of it till probably the end of my senior year of high school, going into that summer. And then like my freshman year at Louisville, I mean, I was swimming times slower than my freshman year of high school. Like it was pretty rough. And, I just wasn't at the time, like I said, I wanted to be as far away as possible. But like at the time, not having like with people, yes, they were my friends and yes, they liked me and yes, I liked them, but not having that like core support group close by was definitely tough. I mean, my mom would drive on a Saturday sometimes not even for a swim meet. She'd leave early in the morning, drive 5 hours, hang out with me for the day, and then drive home all in the same day. And so shout out
Mrs. Carl.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And so it's just like a day tough trip to be like going through that far. Like, and again, it was 5 hours, so it wasn't that far away from home, but it was like it was far enough where I kind of secluded myself from people. I don't think people like cast me out or like anything like that. Like I wasn't. it was me doing it to myself for sure. But
Did you think that though at the time? Like, because when you're
yeah, I knew I was doing it to myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty pragmatic about those things. Like I can see what I'm doing to myself while I'm doing it. I just couldn't get myself out of it was the problem.
So you mentioned something. I'm gonna step back just a little bit. You mentioned that after junior nationals, you started not right away, but like
was
continuously
developing.
grew a eating disorder.
Yeah.
So for the viewers watching at home, what does that mean? Does that mean you weren't eating enough? You were overeating? Or
Well, so like I said, so I got into CrossFit actually that fall of my senior year. So to kind of go back a little bit, that fall leading up to junior nationals, I was playing water polo and swimming. And then I kind of got sick of writing my own lifting workouts. And my mom had done CrossFit. My family was kind of doing it. So I wanted to check it out. So like I was doing that as my lifting, which was fun. And honestly, I think it really helped because it was like really explosive. And you have to do it right and not get hurt. But like, I thought it really helped me. But so I was going 5 mornings a week. I would go on days I didn't have water polo games. I would go to CrossFit. So I was usually going Monday, Wednesday, Thursday before school. And then in the afternoon, that was when MLA had practice right after school. So I'd swim 3:45 to 5:45, then drive back to the high school and play water polo till 7:45, 8 o'clock. And
bro, what?
And then on days that did have water polo games, I would swim practice in the morning and then we had a water polo game in the evening. And I was doing that 5 days a week. And then water polo.
You just say it so casually, bro. That's insane. Wait, okay, so
I was doing triples most days.
In college, NCAA Division I, it's illegal to go over 20 hours a week. That is well over 20 hours a week.
Oh, far and away.
Plus, you had school.
I mean, it was probably because, I mean, it was easily like 35 hours a week.
First of all, how did you manage to do that? Second of all, are you mentioning that because that is what contributed to the eating disorder?
Yeah. So how did I do that? I fortunately had WOBN and advanced broadcasting second
Wally.
and third hour. Shout out Wally
Shout
Walcott.
out Wally.
And I really liked it. Like when I was on and doing stuff, I like put effort into it. But my senior year was fortunate enough to get one of the first come first serve edit bays in the control room. And there were many days where I would shut the lights off in there and fall asleep from second through third hour. And Wally didn't care as long as I got my stuff done.
And I think she knew.
Of course she knew.
Yeah.
I wasn't hiding it at all. You know, like I would pass out in there because I was like so tired. And because I had AP Physics for first hour, and then had second and third hour pretty chill. So
you got AP Physics after CrossFit. Is your mind even working though, or are you just like?
I was up. I was moving. I was firing.
I guess that's a good warm up for AP Physics.
Yeah, but like I look back on it now, like I'm like I don't know how I got homework done. I don't know how. I mean, I didn't really do homework.
Well,
I kind of BS my way through a lot of things in high school, which definitely came back to bite me in the ass in college, but
Wait, in classes,
well, just like the homework side of things, actually studying for things, because like I didn't need to in high school. Like even AP classes were like relatively straightforward. Like they try to get you ready for college, but they're nothing like college.
Yeah. Well, I think for students, at least for me, I would sometimes in some classes, attend classes not the way they're supposed to be attended. Where I would take the class and I would just find the easiest way to get an A, and I would do that. And it normally wouldn't be what everyone else did. It would just be, the slimmest amount of effort to get an A. If it's a class I really enjoyed, then I would spend all of my time on it. But I want to go back to your question, well,
I know I'm
the hours a day. Like when did you eat? Was it during?
Well, so
lunch?
This
like, what
was
did
the
you
thing
eat
that kind of
lunch?
led to the whole eating disorder stuff. So like I started Actually, I would have like usually 2 spicy chicken patties at lunch, or the pasta with red sauce, because I could like pack my tray full of pasta.
Would you pay extra for it?
Yeah, I had no problem doing that.
Did you ever not pay?
Of course,
Dude, I got a.
Oh, I've gotten written up for it. Of course.
They almost suspended me, bro. I love you, Mr. Manning. Shout out to you. I look back on it and I'm thankful for that experience. But he gave me 2 detentions because I took like too big of slices of pizza. And it was a whole big thing. I got 2 after-school detentions because my pizza slices were too big.
I 5-finger discounted my fair share of spicy chicken patties. But anyway, so I would have a giant bowl of oatmeal before I left for the gym or the pool.
Gotta get the fiber.
Then, if I was going to the pool at the Aquatic Center downtown, on the way back, I'd stop at Tim Hortons and get a bagel, a muffin, and something to drink.
Got to get those Timbits.
No, I didn't get those. Like, I was healthy, but not healthy.
Yeah.
Because I get like a giant chocolate muffin or something. But, so I get that back on the way to school. And I'd have that before class. Then I'd have, I think like 3 or 4 bars, like 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, like 2 before lunch. Then I have a big lunch. Then I have more bars and more snacks. Like in class, like I'd be eating in class all the time.
Yeah.
Then I'd have a snack quick on my way to the pool. And then obviously nothing for those 4 hours of swimming and water polo. And then have a massive dinner when I got home and went to bed.
Was your water polo coach Hardy or Doomer?
I had Hardy my freshman year, and then it was Paul.
Paul.
Doomer was the assistant coach my senior year. And he hated that I was doing that because I would always skip the treading sets. Because I'm coming from a 2-hour swim practice. So I didn't really need the conditioning. And Paul fully understood that. And I was the best player on the team by a mile. So, like, I didn't totally need it. But it was a bad look, I guess, sometimes.
Well,
but everybody else on the team knew because, like, I was training for junior nationals. Like, this was all leading up to junior nationals. And everybody on the team understood that. Only Doomer didn't understand it. And so he hated me for it.
I think he understood it. I think, first of all, I just want to say, Coach Doomer, I have no animosity towards you, and I hope that I hope that we could be friends in the future. But I will say, it seems like all of the good swimmers who were also good at water polo player had major clashes with Coach Doomer. You, Blake, he hated Blake. Me, he hated me. The guys who had their priorities straight and knew their priorities, knew they were swimming, and knew that's what they wanted to do. For some reason,
well, it's just because we didn't seem like we were fully committed to the sport, and then we were also good at it.
I wasn't.
But then we were also good at it. And it's like, well, they're not putting in the work to be good at it. Which okay, whatever.
But like we are though. We're swimming. That's like
I know. I mean, I played full games for like all the tournaments. Like I would ever get out. Like I played the entire game, most games, and so like I was pretty well conditioned.
Were you at the alumni game? I don't even remember that, dude. I was brain dead because I jump in and I swim back and forth. I shoot 3 shots, completely airball. Like it's not even funny how badly I whiff, and then I get out because I'm too tired.
Yeah, water polo is a different beast.
Dude, that is probably one of the hardest things in the world to do a full water polo game. But we're getting sidetracked again. We're jumping back.
So anyway, and so starting CrossFit, it was kind of like...
No, we're almost at dinner. We're at dinner now.
No, I already said I just had a big dinner and then would go to bed.
Okay.
But anyway, like back to like the whole how it led to the eating disorder stuff. It was like, I was doing so much. And so people were like, are you making sure you're eating enough? Are you making sure you're getting enough protein? Because at the time, like with my bum kidneys, like having too much protein was always like a risk, because your kidneys have to filter it, all that stuff. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think I am. I don't really know. And then like starting to follow like CrossFitters on Instagram and stuff. Seeing like, oh, you can like track your food. You can track what you eat. And so like I started to do that. At the beginning, it was just to kind of like say like, yeah, see, I am getting enough in. I am eating enough. But then it totally turned into like over analyzing every little bit. And once I won junior nationals, and so my freshman year, I was a little bit shorter than I am now, 200 pounds, but like looked 200 pounds the opposite of how I look now. And then when I won junior nationals,
freshman year,
when I won junior nationals, I was 155 pounds. And so like, I mean, that's over 4 years, but like it was kind of like, oh, a little is good, more must be better kind of mentality. And then I just started like way over analyzing everything. I started cutting carbs. I started like cutting everything out of my diet. I mean, I was dwindling pretty quickly. I managed to get through high school states. I mean, I won both of my events there, but I won the 500, and like there's pictures of me swimming the opposite direction of everybody, and David Cleason was actually in my finals heat, and he got second. I think I beat him by like 6 seconds or something, but like that. And I mean, that was still a fantastic swim for David, and he got better in college and stuff too.
Yeah, we love David. We love David.
Oh my God, I love David.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But it's just funny because like I didn't even realize it was him at the time until later. We were both at Michigan and stuff. But my point is like I didn't swim the times like I wanted to swim, and like I really wanted to get the all class record in the 500 that Clay Youngquist had, and I missed it by 2 seconds.
Yeah. Dude, you went a 4:26, dude.
Yeah, but
that is so fast. I know
not,
you wanted it.
Now, dude, kids are swimming like under 4:20 in high school.
Spencer, you want to know what my fastest time was?
Yeah, but you didn't swim the 500.
Bro, you want to know my fastest 100 free time was?
Yeah, but you didn't swim the 100. You swam the 50, and that was about it.
Well, that's just all I could swim, dude. Okay. Well, I will say, I am. You want to know what my greatest accomplishment is?
Are we gonna...
It's something where I'm rarely like with me. It's swimming. It's I'm gonna jump back. I have a question I'm gonna eyeball, but okay. I want to say this first. With my siblings, it's like, shoot, dude, like it's like it always felt like no matter what I did, I wasn't good enough, and it felt like they were always gonna be 3 steps ahead of me, no matter if I beat their step when they were my age, they were already levels above where they were at then, and it was tough for me. But the one accomplishment that I have that I feel like special is that Taban and you were the only 2 to ever win an event back to back. And before I say this, I know that both you and Taban's legacies outshine mine by a million. I'm on no individual records. This isn't. I got lucky my years in the 50, low key. Like everyone, I don't know. I got lucky, but I went back to back in the 50, and one of them you were behind the lane.
Yeah, I know. It was back at the aquatic center with Kyle with Diamond.
I saw.
That was the year you guys won.
Yeah. No, we.
Yeah, you won state at the aquatic center.
Oh, in the 50, we didn't. We got like. 30.
No, you won state that year.
Freshman year. No, I'm saying my senior year. When I swam the 50, I won the 50 for the second. But like the year before I won, and then this new guy comes in, and then I beat him by 0.02. It looks like he won. I thought he won, and then I looked up and I was like, shit. No. You told me you thought I got out touched. You were timing.
I was timing at the year you guys won state.
No, you were sitting right next to Kyle.
Yeah, at the aquatic center, the year you guys won state.
No, remember when the big wall was behind you? That was the
year you guys won state.
No. The year we won state, we went down the slide. Remember?
I don't know if we're thinking. I don't remember timing at other time.
I promise you did because
we'll talk about it later.
But that to me it's a good that's like the one. And you this dude won junior nationals. This dude did all this. But then after that, I go to Michigan, and it was just like, I don't know. My motivation levels, it's like where I was at, where I was going, what I was going. It's like I was working so much harder, going so much slower in everything, no matter when. Dude, it was like, I don't know. It was extremely hard to deal with. And I know you said that you dealt with that your freshman year at Louisville as well. How did you, like, do you think that had a lot to do with the eating disorder, or was that like mental
No, that
health?
was a result of it. So like what I was saying was like I started to like cut out everything. I like lost even more weight. Like I swam okay at my last state meet, but not as well as I wanted to. And then things just went downhill from there. So at that point I was already committed to Louisville. So that summer was pretty rough. I mean, I couldn't even stay in the pool. I was getting so cold. And like at the time, like in talking with Jim, and like he feels bad for it because he didn't recognize it, but like it wasn't for him to recognize. But like I like couldn't finish a practice. Like things were not going well, and but we didn't really know why, you know, at the time, and I wasn't telling anybody really what I was doing behind the scenes. So they obviously had no reason to know why if they didn't know to look out for those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And then get to Louisville and like things just aren't going well. We're like, oh, it's just like freshman year slump, like all this stuff. And it was just bad, you know. And then I like started seeing a nutritionist. She didn't want to say it was an eating disorder, which definitely didn't help the whole situation. And then like the coaches at Louisville, like none of them could wrap their heads around like a male college athlete having an eating disorder, because it's not usually a thing that guys deal with.
Yeah.
And so it just like there was no support for it. There was no, and so like at that point, like with talking with Jim, talking with my mom, and then eventually talking with my coach, like I had to get out and get closer to home and get somewhere that like I could get healthy.
When did you know that you had an eating disorder? When did you know that like, yeah, I have a problem?
I mean, probably when I finally got told that I did.
Like then it finally clicked in your head.
No, I mean, like I knew I was doing something wrong, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And the nutritionist at Louisville never wanted to label it as an eating disorder. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's not an eating disorder, whatever. But then when I got to Michigan and the doctor that was my doctor all 4 years, and I mean, like, I love her. Like, she was most of the reason I got healthy. Like,
Yeah.
the first like physical that we did like as a freshman, I had to like have an extra meeting with her after I went through all the physical stuff.
Yeah.
And because like the coaches had already set it up.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, you have anorexia. Like I'm not even questioning that you do or don't, like. And so, and then from there it was like kind of working through that, and then it just kind of like speed things up and work through the story, like. So then that my first year at Michigan was like really, really bad. I redshirted that year, like medical redshirt, because I could not stay in the water at all. I got restricted down to 25% of practices, or like 25% of total time. So I would go to afternoon practice and swim for a half hour.
Wow.
And
how much weight were how much?
Oh, so at my lowest I got down to 129 pounds and 1.3% body fat.
It was that from one of the DEXA or whatever?
Yeah.
Dude.
And so like I couldn't even be in the main pool. I had to swim in the diving well because it was warmer. And
1.3?
Yeah.
That's like very bad, right?
It's like unnaturally unhealthy. Yeah. And so I mean, I would meet with that doctor every week who'd be like trying to figure stuff out. And at this point, I'm like totally lying to her, lying to other people about like what I'm eating, what I'm like trying.
What
like,
did you say you were eating? Like what?
I would tell her like, oh yeah, I'm eating this. I grabbed this many servings of whatever, like typical stuff like people do with an eating disorder, lying to themselves, lying to other people about what they're eating, just because like they don't want to have to face the reality of what they're doing. And then finally one week I went in and like she took my vitals every time it was a doctor's appointment. And mind you, I was a swimmer, so I had a naturally low heart rate, like as most endurance athletes do. But my heart rate got down to, I think it was 33 beats per minute. And
sounds low. I just
okay, so like a decently low heart rate for an endurance athlete is anything from like 47 to 52.
Oh.
And that's like still healthy, but that's like a low heart rate. And mine was at like 33. And so that was when she kicked me out of the water for the first time for a week. And it was actually pretty cool the way she said it, because she was like, I'm essentially saving you from yourself. Like swimming meant so much to me.
Yeah.
And it meant, like swimming was my whole life. It was my personality. It was everything. And that's kind of what drove me into the eating disorder, because like I was like, oh, it's all attached to swimming, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not to like diminish it, but and so it was like so important, and like my brain knew that like swimming was the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
So essentially the way she explained it, and I don't know how much like scientific truth there is to this, but like my muscles or my brain was to keep me in the water, because that was the one thing that kept me happy, because I was like suicidal at this point. Like I was like really, really depressed. Like it was a bad time. The only thing that was making me happy was like swimming,
Yeah.
right? So my brain would like pull energy at this point from my heart to get it to my muscles so I could swim for whatever amount of time I did. And so like when she explained it that way, she was like, so I have to save you from yourself, essentially. Like obviously it hurt. Like I hated not swimming. I hated being out of the water. It was really hard for me. And at this point I hadn't explained things to everybody on the team yet. And
how did that process go? Did you just send them all a text?
No, I'll get there.
Okay.
And then kind of got things under control, got back in the water, made it a couple weeks before she kicked me back out of the water again. That time was a little bit easier because I had already done it once, and now we're really starting to work through things. I wasn't allowed to go on training trip until I was cleared for 50% of practices, and I got cleared for 50% of practices right before training trip. So I was able to go down to Florida with the whole team. Like that was a big deal too.
Yeah. Did that come from a little nudge by you, like saying, like really wanting to go on training trip?
Well, no, like Josh was not going to let me go unless I was at 50%, because he's like, we're not paying for you to swim for a half hour a day down in Florida, and it's totally fair.
Yeah.
Like I'd fully understood it, but I mean, like my goal was to be able to go, and so then working through things, and then it was probably after training trip, I sent a message to the whole team on our group me, kind of explain the situation. I still didn't know everything myself, so it was like kind of explained what I could. And then like obviously, I mean, being on that team, like immediate support from everybody, which was, I mean, amazing. Like my teammates were the best, and so then started to get healthy.
Which one stood out to you as like guys that really truly made a difference, and you still remember what they did today?
I mean, I'm only 2 years removed.
Or coaches, or is it the doctor? Is it the doctor? Because I know that doctor. She was a doctor, right, or a nurse. Do you think she was probably the most crucial? Because it sounds like
well, for sure, but like
the way she phrased everything, it wasn't like she was like,
oh no, she was very direct with everything,
and that's probably what you needed. Like you didn't, you didn't need anyone to sugarcoat
coddling or anything, because that doesn't work for me. I'm too practical for most things, but I'm almost too practical for myself with a lot of like because I just like overanalyze and all this stuff. But no, like I mean, so all my teammates at the time were like super supportive. And like it was kind of everybody's goal to like kind of get me back. Well, now at the time, like now we're starting to test everything else, right? And so my testosterone, mind you, the typical range for a male from 18 to like 60, whatever the age is, like 200 to 900 nanograms per deciliter, I think are the units. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, when the first test, mine was 18.
Oh my goodness. So, wow.
So I had less testosterone than a girl.
Wow.
Because my body had just shut down because I wasn't eating enough to like.
You weren't getting
I wasn't getting anything in, so my body completely shut down. And so now the doctor's like, okay, well, I want to get you on TRT so we can kind of like get your body kickstarted, get back. But the head doctor for Michigan, for like the athletics medicine was like, nope. Eating is what caused it, so we have to get the eating right first, and then if that doesn't bring it back, then we'll consider it. So that was a grueling year because at this point, like now I knew I had a problem, but I still had to get my eating right, and that was obviously the hard part was getting my eating right. So it took a lot getting it right. I was finally starting to be honest about everything. I finally got my eating right. My testosterone, I mean, I was getting my blood work done every month.
Because it couldn't have just been like you got it right. How did you, like, does that mean you went to the dining hall 5 times a day, or does that mean you just stocked up at the grocery store and just chowed down, or like you just ate until you felt sick, or how did you get it right?
No, I just made better decisions. I mean, I would eat a lot. People would see me eat a lot. That's why nobody knew I had a problem. I ate a lot of volume of food. But I was mostly eating like vegetables, things that like don't have calories. Barely have any calories, and I would eat my protein and vegetables, and that was about it.
You started getting like Joe's Pizza, and
no, because I still like, because that was the other thing too. Like the healthy food was still a big deal for me, so I had to like try to do it as healthy as I could, mentally I could kind of get through it. But like just eating the right foods, like eating carbs, eating fats, eating like everything you need to eat to actually compete in Division I athletics.
Is salmon? Did you start eating salmon? 'Cause salmon's like a really fatty fish.
I mean, I didn't target salmon in any way. If
what was like a target that like you?
Nothing. It was food.
Just food.
Yeah. There's nothing like to break down about it. I just had to eat more. And I finally like got over the mental blocks, finally got over like the lying, like so all this stuff got under control. And then finally when I got my blood work done a year later, I still hadn't gained any weight. Still my testosterone was still, and then finally the doctor was like, okay, we'll do it. And then like probably 2 weeks after my first 2 injections.
Wait, the doctor said finally you can do the TRT.
Yeah.
What it was at 18 the year before. Then the year later when the doctor said you can do the TRT, what was it at then?
I don't know specifically.
Did it go up at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was taking testosterone. Of course, it would go up.
No. From the point when it was at 18 to when the head doctor.
Oh yeah, to like 26.
Oh, so my.
Yeah,
goodness.
no, not anything significant enough for me not to do it. Yeah. Right, so that's why they kind of okayed it.
Okay.
And then like 2 weeks after I started taking it, like already I'm feeling immediate benefits, like because at that point my body had completely shut down production of it. Like even getting my eating or little right wasn't enough to kind of kickstart my body, so we're like, okay, we need to do this to hopefully get his body back on track producing his own.
Yeah,
I got a TUE for the NCAA, therapeutic use exemption, and so I like if I was tested, like I'd be okay.
Yeah.
But I was never swimming fast enough to have to get tested. But anyway, and so I got that all under control, and then things finally started to go well. I was like getting better, swimming more. I talked to Josh about only swimming 50% practices. That started going well.
Well, let's pause because we're jumping. But I
this is all part of it.
I know, but I have a question for you along the way. Quick question. During the progress, you know, you knew you had a problem and you were getting past it. Competition and swimming was your main goal. Did it ever become a point where beating the eating disorder became your main goal and there was a shift in priorities? And how did that shift back? And kind of, can you describe that process of, you know, your competition level?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I wanted to be able to swim. Like, so it's kind of funny. Like swimming is what drove me into the eating disorder, and swimming is also what got me out of it. It's kind of weird, but like at that point it was like, okay, this is what I need to do to be able to swim, because that's what I love doing. So instead of it being like, I need to get skinny to try to swim faster, I need to be skinny, I need to like all this kind of stuff, it was like, no, I need to eat so that I can swim, not like I'm going to swim so that I can eat, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I want to be able to do this all 4 years of college. I want to be able to enjoy this all 4 years of college. Like I need, like, so that was kind of the shift for me. It was like getting healthy was the priority. Swimming was, I wouldn't say second. It was probably like 1A and 1B as far as priorities were concerned. But like I mean, even that year, so after I redshirted that next fall, I missed, I think, the first 3 meets before I think Josh and I were like, okay, we're at a point, let's try to swim a meet.
Okay.
And then like just kind of progress from there. Then COVID it.
So before everything, like before you did your first meet, how was your relationship with Coach Josh while you were still?
Good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Like you felt like you were supported and by the mission.
Oh yeah, Josh. I mean, he listened to the doctor before he listened to me, and rightfully so. But like he listened to me like with anything I needed. And then there were times like when I first like started getting back into swimming, I was like fighting for a spot on the travel team, right? And there was one time he was like, you know, I don't know if we should bring you, but we're gonna bring you because you need to learn how to get out of your own schedule. Because at this point now, my eating was good, but it was regimented throughout the day. Like I need to eat this much this much this. And if I had any variation in that schedule, I freaked out. And so he's like, we need practice, because if we ever take you to big times, like you're going to be at the whim of when we order team dinner and when we have food brought and hotel breakfast and all that stuff. He's like, I need to get you ready for that. So I remember it was at Indiana. It was my first, I think my like second or third meet back, and he brought me on the travel team. I don't think I swam well at the meet, but that wasn't the point, right? His point was like, I need to get you out of the schedule. I'm going to be here the whole way. Like, if you need anything food wise or anything, like, we're going to work through it. But like, I need to get you out of your schedule so you can like kind of get comfortable with it a little bit. So he was like fully bought into helping me along the way. You know,
does that meet at Indiana stand out to you as like a pivotal moment?
No, there wasn't like anything significant about the meet other than like traveling for that reason.
Can you describe the feeling just mentally on your first meet back? Just like how it felt to finally swim after the long, dreadful time fighting an eating disorder that,
I mean, I still wasn't like healthy by any means. I was like, even through that, like swimming meets again, I wasn't like all of a sudden once I was eating disorder, now I'm perfectly healthy. It was never like that. So there was never like a switch flipped where I was like, oh, I'm good now. Like, I'm swimming fast again. Like, I didn't swim fast again till my very last meet of my life. So like, there's nothing. I don't think there was anything significant about me swimming that first meet back because like it was still a work in progress.
Okay. So yeah, it was a work in progress, and you mentioned the last meet of your life, and I'm getting caught up. But when you fast forward to that point, to the last meet of your life, you're there. What are your expectations before the last meet? It's at Michigan. It's at your home pool, home crowd.
Well, for starters, I was pissed.
Why are we pissed?
Because I wasn't going to Big Tens, which I brought on myself. I broke team rules. I got given a chance to be okay, broke them again, got kicked off the Big Tens team, had to swim at first chance. At this point, like, so I also had shoulder problems leading up to this thing. So this whole end of my last season was like kind of recovering from that. I was like working up. So at this point, like, this is where I also figured out I needed to be doing way less yardage my whole college career, because as I'm working back from this shoulder injury, I got a cortisone shot in January and then was swimming like at first it was like no more than $2,000 to practice. Then it slowly worked up to 2,500, 3,000, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would, like, on threshold days, I would only swim the red stuff and nothing else. I would only swim, like, so we picked and choose like what I swam so I could hit my yardage goal. And like, I was swimming the best I had ever been swimming leading up to this point. And so like me making those stupid decisions, getting kicked off the Big Ten team, I know I would have had a really fast Big Tens because I would have had another week of taper. Mind you, like, when I got the boot on that Friday, I had lifted that Friday morning because I was still planning on going to Big Tens. And then got told the next day that I'm swimming my last meet a week later. So I only had like a week of a mini taper, and I still swam 3 lifetime best times. So it was kind of cool and kind of not cool, because like I was like, yeah, it shows what I am actually capable of. But like, I mean, I brought it on myself. So like, I was pissed, but also happy. Like, once the guys on the team got over like me breaking the rules, like everyone came around me. I mean, there were enough guys on the team also that didn't agree with me being kicked off. Like, lots of bureaucracy going on behind the scenes, but like, it is what it is. And I remember I got out to fly my last event and swam my first time going best time in the two fly since junior nationals my senior year. And like, I got out, and at this point, like, I'm crying. Eric Storms is behind the blocks giving me a hug. Like it was like a super emotional time, because like of everything I'd gone through, like leading up to that point, like with COVID, with eating disorder, like all accumulating to like kind of that moment. So it was pretty surreal, but also in the back of my head, I was still kind of pissed. So like, it was good, but like at the end of the day, it should have been better.
Man, dude, that.
Because I think I could have made NCs that year, because it would have been really funny. I was almost on the cut line if I didn't get to go to Big Tens, but I made NCs. Like, I kind of wanted that to happen, but
God's plan.
Yeah.
God's plan, dude. So did you go any best times throughout all of college?
No.
Dude, and that was
yeah. The first year I made Big Tens, I had to swim at first chance.
That's right.
That was my first year, like back.
Okay.
And I mean, that year we had a lot of people fighting for 2 spots at Big Tens. Like, myself, Danny Burlitz, David Cleason was like borderline on a spot.
Charlie Marici.
No, Charlie wasn't in college yet.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he was because Danny, but Charlie, but I mean, there were a lot of guys that were like fighting for like 2 spots, and it ended up coming down to myself and Danny Burlitz, and or we got the spots. There was one other guy, I can't remember who it was, but like there were like 4 or 5 guys that were fighting for 2 spots, right?
Were you and Danny surprised that you got on?
Well, Danny beat me in the 500 barely. I was winning the whole race. We both went 4:18s. And so like that was my like lifetime best time in the 500. That was an ecstatic moment.
Oh my God.
And like I still think that's probably my best swim ever. Because then in the 2 fly, I won the 2 fly at first chance, but I only went a 144. And so like at that point I got selected for the Big Ten team, which was a huge deal because this was like my first year back after all the eating disorder stuff. And then like kind of shit the bed. I mean, I don't think I shit the bed, but like, I mean, I tapered and fully rested for a first chance. So, like Big Tens was a little bit of a struggle to try to get back up for. But it was like super exciting to be there. So
Yeah,
it was fine. And I guess technically I won a best time in my 2 back the next year because we did the SEC schedule because of COVID. So I was able to swim the 2 back at Big Tens, which was pretty cool. I didn't go like that fast. I went a 144. But like,
hey. Wait, so you went the same time that you did at first chance?
No, 2 back, not 2 fly.
Okay.
Like I never got to swim the 2 back at Big Tens in college because of the 3-day Big Ten schedule. But we did the SEC schedule because of COVID. They wanted to space it out more, which like we were all like, why don't we just stick with the schedule? But whatever.
What do you think that your two back would be faster than a 2 fly, or vice versa, or what do you think? Because everyone differs at that.
I mean, I love swimming the 2 back. I still think the 2 fly was my best event. Like,
Yeah.
But like my 5 free at that meet wasn't that great. I also swam the 5 free 2 fly 2 back instead of what I swam. The first year was 5 free 2 free 2 fly. My 2 free is not good, but that's whatever. But then my last year,
why?
that first chance, my last year I swam the 2 IM 100 fly 2 fly. So technically my 2 IM was also best time, and my 100 fly was best time. But I had gone a best time before that in the 100 fly. But I was gonna swim at Big Tens 4 IM 2 IM 2 fly. Because I started training for the 4 AM, which I think my 4 AM would have been pretty good had I like rested and tapered for it. Because I went at 352 at a dual meet.
Oh my gosh!
And so,
well, everyone's watching right now, and they're hearing a lot of stories and a lot of times and a lot of races. What everyone's wondering is, well, probably nobody, but what I'm wondering is, do you ever go back and look at your old videos of you swimming, or like look at the highlights? If so, which ones do you look at?
Sometimes. I mean, I like watching my 2 fly junior nationals just because my reaction's funny. Like when I finished the race and won.
You had the best reaction.
So like I like going back for that reason, but like no, I don't really watch them anymore.
Wait, it was like a wing, right?
No, I like just got like basically out to my knees from the water and like smacked back down in the water.
Can you try to like show the camera how you did it?
Absolutely not.
It was like I remember seeing it. It was unique. It was a good one. It's good to be unique.
It wasn't unique. I smacked the water.
No, but it was like a insane smack. It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like,
dude, it was crazy.
But it was. But anyway, like, no, I don't really like kind of go back and watch any of my races anymore.
You really?
I mean, no.
Now you're watching the lifts.
Yeah, well, that's technical.
So
stuff.
obviously,
so like
obviously, you gotta. Do you think for any swimmer at home that's watching this and is like, they want to be competitive, they want to have that edge, they want to be better, they want to win state, they want to make state. How do you get there? Do you need to have that level of competition, or do you need to have that edge? Like, be pissed at something, find a way to be pissed, because I don't know. To me,
no,
part of me thinks,
I was never naturally good at swimming either. Like, I just worked harder than everybody.
Did you work harder or play harder?
I worked harder.
So my new thing is I don't work hard ever. I've never worked hard a day in my life.
Okay, well, that's stupid.
I play hard. I love what I do.
I love what I do too, but it was still work.
But it's play.
No, it was work.
You're playing.
I wasn't playing.
Don't you love it though?
No, this was a job. I had to do it. I loved doing it. I think that's dumb because if you think you're just playing, once it actually gets hard, it's gonna like screw you up.
No, it'll feel like play.
No, it won't, because then once it doesn't feel like play, it's really gonna throw you off. If
Okay.
you're working and work just gets harder, it's just hard work.
Well,
it's not. I was
no,
playing,
it's playing.
and then it got hard.
Well, no, because for me it's just I love what I do, so it's play. I mean, obviously, dude, this summer I was working. Yeah, 1 hour. It was extremely difficult because I was working 40 hours a week, and then I had a giant response. I mean, I was working 100 or more hours a week. It was difficult, but I wasn't working, and I didn't think I was playing. Smile, positive, no sleep, positive. But then I just got through it. There was never any time to.
I don't like thinking about it that way.
Really?
No, because for me, like I have things that I enjoy doing, and I guess I'll call those like play. But like I love swimming, but that was work. Like that was paying for my school. It was work. I love CrossFit, but when I go into the gym, it's time to work. It's not time to play.
Okay.
There is no like
we are both. I'm stubborn and I won't give up. I just like to play. We'll agree to disagree on that one, but I want to ask you to tell the camera, tell the people at home, whether they're swimmers, young athletes, young professionals, give them some advice, Spencer's wisdom on what they can do to accomplish their goals, or things they can do every day to accomplish their goals, or what you've learned that you think they should know. So this is the secret, guys. This is the secret. Spencer is going to tell you how you can accomplish your goal. It's as easy as this.
It's as easy as there is no secret. It goes back to what I just said. Put your head down and work. Like there's nothing else to it. Like if you
put your head down and play.
No, see, you asked for my advice, not your advice.
I'm just kidding.
Do you want my advice or do you want your advice?
Your advice.
Okay, put your head down and work.
What does that mean?
Work hard. Do the things you need to do and extra. Figure out what else there is you can do. Look online. Ask a friend. Like there's always something more you can do. And then there's like, for me, like with going to the gym now, right? Like, I mean, our swim schedule, right? It was doubles Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, single Wednesday, single Saturday. I still do that schedule now, but with going to the gym, not with going to the pool. So I do doubles Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, single Wednesday, single Saturday in the gym. And like for me,
you are making the games, bro.
There's no such thing as motivation. Like if you're waiting for motivation, and I mean, like I'm just a broken record for any other motivational podcast or
no,
someone like saying those kinds of things. But
keep going. There's no such thing as motivation.
No, because if you're waiting for motivation on a day you don't feel like doing something, you're never gonna get up and go do it. Like you have to just. I woke up yesterday. I had to retest one of our qualifying workouts for a competition coming up. And, getting off the plane after a long travel day, Sunday to Monday, and then it's kind of a rough weekend and getting back into workouts from not working out that much while I was at the hotel because just kind of lifting in the hotel gym. It's like wasn't even like getting in really CrossFit workouts. I was just kind of lifting to try to like not just to lift because I like being in the gym. Sure. But like my body was trashed when I woke up Saturday morning. Like I was stiff, was sore, and like I could have easily been like, I'm not motivated, like because I was not motivated. But I had to do it. I needed to retest my score. I needed a better score. I had to get in the gym and I had to go do it. So it's not a like you talk about play, which I get that, but for me it's like this is what I do. So I don't think of it like, oh, I have to go do this. Like I call it work, right? Like it's work for me. It's hard work. but it's not like, oh, I have to go do this work. It's and I don't even think of it like, oh, I get to go do this work, but it's just, this is what I do. Like there's no, this is my day. Like my day is I wake up in the morning and I go to the gym, or on Monday and Wednesday I go swim. Like there's no, there's nothing else to it. Like I don't go, oh, I have to go to the gym in the morning, or even, oh, I get to go to the gym in the morning. I go to the gym in the morning, and that's my life. Like, and then when I'm done with work, I go to the gym in the afternoon, regardless of how I feel, what's going on. Then definitely sometimes that's to my detriment, because there's probably times where I need to take a break, but it doesn't matter. Like sometimes I'll just go sit on a bike. I'm just going to the gym because that's what I do. It's not what I have to do. It's not what I get to do. It's what I do. So if you just like kind of think about it that way, where it's like swimming, for example, like you go to practice. That's what you do. That's what you do your day. You eat healthy. It's not, you don't have to eat healthy. You don't get to eat. You eat healthy. You lift weights. You don't have to lift weights. You lift weights. That's what you do. Like, it's just, here's this goal. Here's the steps I need to take to get to that goal. Okay, this is just these steps. This is just what I do now. Yeah. These aren't like I need to try to do these things. I need to work to do these things. No, these are just, this is what I do.
I think
it kind of simplifies it.
That way you're training your mind. Everything you're saying, dude, people say all the time, well, I don't know if I can do that. Well. Anything that comes out of your mouth, you're training your mind to believe it every single day. You're training your mind to believe that you can do anything. It's what I do. I go to the gym. I don't stop. I don't quit. I don't stop. Even if I'm feeling down, I don't stop. I still go. That's what works for you. For me, I'm the same way, where I just do what works for me. For me, that's the play. And I know it sounds kind of stupid. People,
no, I mean, I totally makes sense to me. I'm just saying, like, I'm wired different. Like, and for a lot of people that probably benefit from thinking that way, right? Because they're like, oh, if I think about this as play, if I think about this as a fun time,
then I just think of it as easy. I can do it. Yeah, it's so easy
for sure. But like that's, and for whatever reason, you might like, you don't like and not in a bad way. So don't take this in a bad way.
No,
but you don't like the hard thing.
Me?
Just hold on. I didn't say it in a bad way. Let me explain.
Okay.
You just don't like the thing being hard or being work, because that's a negative word in your mind. Whether or not you like will say it or consciously think about it, that's a negative connotation in your mind. So for you, you're like, well, if I make this play, or if I make this a fun time, I don't have to think about it in that negative light.
Exactly.
Right. So like, and that's what works for you, because work and is a bad thing, and not like a bad thing, but it's like this negative thing for you. But like for me, and I'm not saying one's better than the other, it's just different. Like for me, the work is the good thing. Like that is a positive. Like I think of it as like a positive rather than a negative. So I don't need to try to change what I'm doing, because I see that as what I want to do. You want to have fun. You want to play. You want to make, even if it is work, even if it is hard, you want to make it fun. You want to make it play. You want to make it enjoyable. I'm like, no, I want it to suck. I want it to be work.
Okay, well, where do you find your purpose? Where do you find your fulfillment from that? Because it's extremely hard to. Some people are just built different, and I think that you're just built different. But like, people go to work, miserable. I sit in front of the desk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my job in that case,
how do you keep the smile on your face, knowing that you work is what I do?
Well,
you know what I mean. How do you stay?
Well, I think about it, because like that's what got me. No, it did suck when I was in high school, and I was like I had to do all this extra stuff to make myself better, right?
Yeah.
But then once that got me what I wanted, which was a full ride to school, like I was like, oh, so that's just what I do, you know?
Yeah,
and
what you do.
And then always kind of looking back on that, I don't even have to like consciously think about it to go like, oh, it's probably because of X, Y, and Z when I was in high school I had to work. And it's like, I don't have to think about it that way anymore. I just know like no, I just like to get down in the grind and to feel like crap and to put 350 pounds on my back and not be able to stand it up sometimes. And like, you know, like I like that feeling. Like I get pissed in the moment. Like I mean, they're often in the gym, I'm like just cussing and pissed off because things aren't going right. And like, workouts didn't go as well as I had wanted them to. Like, of course, I'm not like happy about that during it, but like as soon I'm like, no, like this is the grind that I like to do because I know the very first thing that I wanted, which was the swimming side of things when I was younger, that's the thing that got me what I wanted. So now I just apply that to everything else, or at least try to. It's tough, like for my job now, to have that same mindset because CrossFit is so special and so important to me. And I love it that much more. And like I miss coaching already. Like I'm done coaching because like I now have a job. And I mean coaching is a job, but like I was doing it as like a filler in between. So my 40-hour week job. But like it's hard for me to have that same mindset.
How do you balance that with CrossFit, with sleep, with eating, with everything? How do you balance?
There is no balance. Like
I feel you.
So that's the thing.
Is there,
like, everybody wants.
What's getting cut off? Sleep, time with family. What's getting sacrificed because there's no balance?
It's different things at different times. It just depends.
Right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like every day might be different. One thing might sacrifice versus the other based on the day. So like it's all those things. Sometimes it's sleep. Sometimes I'm up talking to my girlfriend till 10:30 and I'm trying to tell her I need to go to bed, but she wants to stay up and talk, and I want to stay up and talk with her too. And I'm like, well, crap, I got to be up at 4:30 tomorrow. I guess I'm missing out on sleep because I want to spend that time with her, right? Or sometimes I'll be like, hey, I'm going to bed. Sorry, it's 9:30. Like I need some sleep before I wake up. And she fully understands that too. But it's like those kinds of things. So it's like it varies day to day. There is no balance. It all gets sacrificed sporadically.
How's your relationship going?
Good.
Because I remember we were disc golfing, right?
Yeah.
And you were first telling me about this special lady, and I'm happy to hear that you guys are still together, going strong. What's your favorite date spot in Holland?
Ooh.
You know, date night, Holland, Michigan. Is it Boatworks? Is it Butch's? Is it
no?
Hops?
I don't spend that kind of money.
Hops
is expensive too.
McDonald's.
No,
that's my date.
Let's find in between McDonald's and Butch's Steakhouse.
Chipotle. Oh. Favorite? Okay, 2 questions.
Okay.
Favorite post CrossFit food and favorite date night food in Holland, Michigan.
Well, date night and date night food are different.
Oh my goodness, you got to make this.
No, but you asked date night first, but I'll get to your question. So favorite post CrossFit food? Ugh, I don't know. I mean, I make this like protein oatmeal that I really like.
Oh.
That I usually have as my second breakfast in the morning.
Like overnight oats at Michigan?
No. Like oatmeal, have some fruit in it, put a scoop of protein powder, mix it up, put some peanut butter in it. It just gets like, if you get funky about textures, you're not going to like it, but I really like it. Because it tastes like whatever protein powder you put in it.
Was peanut butter the trick for you? Like, did you find a lot of success in peanut butter with getting the calories up and getting the fat? And that just
like after my eating disorder stuff. Yeah. No, I mean it wasn't like I said. I mean even going back, it wasn't one thing. It was like everything as a whole. Okay. Like I'll never like look back and like, oh, there's this one food that really because it wasn't like that. But date night food. I mean, if I'm gonna pick a date night food, we went to for my birthday. We went to.
Wait, when was your birthday?
October 5th.
Happy late birthday. It was kind of 3 months ago ish.
No, it's
2 months ago.
We went to what's the steak?
I don't know if I told you.
Is it Bodie's in Saugatuck? Yeah, because my dad's boss gave him a gift card, so we went down there, and so me, my girlfriend, my mom, my dad, and my little sister and one of her friends went there. And my dad only ended up spending $50 of his own money.
I was just about to say, how much was that gift?
The waiter was like, "This is probably the cheapest night at Bodie's you're ever gonna have."
Oh my god!
But like I mean, so a good steak you can't beat that, right?
Well, from Bodie's, I've never even been to Bodie's, but I've heard a ton about it.
Yeah, it was good.
It's because apparently it's the best in like around here for
It
sure.
was pretty
in
solid.
Michigan, Bodie's. I don't know.
But like my favorite date night spot or my favorite date night,
Yeah.
I mean the beach. It can't. I mean I live on the beach, so I can't really come. Like if Lily and I go downstairs and sit on the beach, like I can't really. You can't really beat that. Sunset at the beach, put a fire.
How involved are you with your company, right? Your company that you just started working for them. It's a newer job.
Mm-hmm.
It's newer.
No, I started on the 2nd of January.
Started on the 2nd.
Yeah.
Do you have any big goals that you want to accomplish in this job for this
Dude,
year?
I need a fucking sale. Sorry for my language, but like I'm in sales,
so
like
what are you selling?
Dental implants.
Dental implants.
So,
dude, oh man. People hate hearing this from me. I've told so many people this, and people hate hearing it. I don't know why, but do you know what you should really do?
What?
List it on Facebook Marketplace, and say
I'm
something.
Selling to dentists and oral surgeons. They don't buy their products off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, like you're not selling their services?
No, I'm selling dental implants to dentists, oral surgeons, periodontists, like that place that metal implants into your mouth.
I'm gonna rephrase this question to say to make it better. And in the dental implants industry, not you, just in the industry, what's industry average for commission that salesmen get for selling these? And just industry average.
Oh, I mean that's company by company. Like I'm in inside sales, so I'm not a field rep, and I get 5%.
Okay.
And our goal is $1 million, so I would get $50,000 commission by the end of the year. So like the goal by the end of the year is to have $1 million in revenue. So that would be $50,000 for me.
Oh shit! How much do they go for?
The implants?
Yeah, each.
It depends on the implants, but anywhere from like 280 to 500, and then we sell surgical sets, which are like a couple thousand. But the other part of our business is like courses. So we also partner with like these high-level surgical specialists throughout the country. They put on courses. You practice like we anywhere from placing your first implant all the way up to full arch and remote anchorage implants, which is technical stuff. But like, so you go to a course, you learn this. Some of them are cadaver courses, some of them are live patient courses. So in the dentist learn. So we sell those as well, and those are like anywhere from $7,500 to $25,000 for the course. So like it's a little bit quicker to get them, but you're only usually to a doctor you're selling one course. You're not selling multiple. So it's like either trying to sell them on a course and then get them to use our products afterward.
Is there like a way you can work up from 5%? Like, because that's going to be what's the best way to find dentists? Like, if you find one client, is that it? Like, you got your client?
What do you mean?
$1 million?
That's a lot, but like, I mean, if if an oral surgeon or a periodontist is placing.
So they order a lot more than just one, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, they're placing like if they're doing full arch or an all-on-4, they're putting 4 in your mouth at a time, and they see hundreds of patients a week. So some dentists are placing 300 a month, some are placing 3. It all depends, but like,
yeah.
So no, you're not hoping to sell like $280 like to get however many times to however many doctors to get to $1 million. No, they're buying like 50 from you throughout a however many month period, and that's what's driving up. And that all, but like, so the inside team, our commission's 5%. The field team, they're 5% till they get to
$1 million,
1.2 million. Then they're 7%. Then once they get to 1.8 million, they're 9%, and it's all retroactive too. So if like they get to 1.9 million, they'll be making 7%. But then once they get to 1.8 million to make 9% on any additional, they also will make an additional 2% on the sales previous.
What's your area?
I have New England, so I have Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island.
Oh, that is. Wait, so how do you just make cold calls?
I'm inside sales. Yeah.
Oh, dude, are you going after like the small mom and pop, or are you going after like the big?
All of it.
The big.
And it's selling different things to different, like to most GPs, general practitioners.
Yeah.
Like I'm selling courses. Like I want to get them doing implants. Like I want to, like, hey, grow your like you don't have to refer these cases out to the oral surgeon. You can do these in your practice. Come to a course, learn how to do it. Then you can now charge for this service as well, rather than referring those patients out to the oral surgeons that know. I'm saying, hey, come learn how to do remote anchorage. Now you can learn these more advanced techniques to treat your patients better, and also selling them on our products.
Do you like your job?
Yeah. It's really interesting. The implants themselves are like super technical. Like the engineer in me really likes that part of it because like it's just cool. And like on Monday, I have a buddy who goes to our gym. He's a dentist in Granville, and I met with him on Friday.
Yeah.
Just to, like, kind of bounce some questions off of him. And he's got a few cases on Monday, and he invited me to come shadow him on. So like
An implant?
Too. Yeah.
So you're gonna see someone's tooth get like implanted or ripped out, or both?
Both. Well, on last Sunday at my national meeting, the last day was at one of the courses we put on, and it was a cadaver course. So we were helping the dentists at the course put implants into severed heads.
So when they're actually getting surgery, are they?
You're under general anesthesia.
Okay.
For the most part, you can have local anesthesia. And a lot of times, if it's like a single tooth and you're just placing one implant, you could probably do general anesthesia. But for like these all on X remote anchorage procedures or all on 4 like full arches, like you're under general anesthesia because like the remote anchorage, zygomatic and pterygoid implants are implants that go into it's for people that have like bone loss in their jaw, not just their teeth. So there isn't really something to put that implant in, right? So we have pterygoid implants and zygomatic implants that go into your zygomatic bone, which is this bone. So the implant is this long and it screws all the way up into your cheekbones rather than just right into your jaw. Because there's no bone there, so you need to get it back there so it has an anchorage point so you can put your crowns in or your dentures in.
It's a whole lot of big dental words that aren't. It sounds like,
but it's super cool.
The dental. Oh yeah, no, it sounds cool. I was gonna say.
And that's why. Like,
sounds like names.
Like
from
this
Jurassic
is like
Park.
It's frustrating right now because like I'm not really selling anything. I'm still trying to get past these front desks. Like I'm learning. 3 weeks in, but like that's what makes it okay because like it is really cool. It's really interesting. So like,
is there any guys that like get like 10 million in sales or get like a ton in sales?
Not yet, because we're still a smaller company. We're not small, but smaller. So like most markets are like.
How do you get those big clients? What's the strategy for that?
At that point, you're looking at
like I'm talking Fortune 500, like conglomerate companies. So then it's like boom, $1 million sale right there, boom.
Well, that will never happen.
Really?
No, because nothing we sell is $1 million.
No, but like if you get like big pharma, and I'm not saying big pharma, but like someone as big as big pharma who's buying in quantity. Like I'm talking quantity.
Yeah, but it's all on an individual practice level. So like there's things called DSOs.
Does it have to be individual practice?
I'm explaining. Yes, there's things called DSOs, dental service organizations, which are like dental groups, right? So it's like they've got 5 or 10 practices or 50 practices or 100 practices. People, you could probably heard of Clear Choice. That's a dental group. It's a massive countrywide dental group. So we're contracted out with them, but it's still the individual practice orders the implants they need. They just get certain discounts because they're a part of the DSO. So it's not like the whole DSO is ordering 100,000 implants to spread around the country. No, it's still up to individual practices to order what they need. So it's never like one massive sale.
What if the DSO sent an email saying, hey, this is who we like, this is who we want, you guys get some 15% discount, here's the company, I'd encourage everyone to give them a call. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they do that. Really? But it's still
do they do that for everyone though? Or just?
But it's still practices like in your area. Like, for example, there's only 3 Clear Choices in my territory. So like, yes, Clear Choice is this massive DSO countrywide, but they only have 3 locations in my territory. So it's still on an individual practice by practice basis on how much they buy from you.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't, at the end of the day, it's still smaller than what you're thinking.
No, I mean,
but like
it sounds fun.
We're working with this guy in my territory who owns Passion Dental. And he's got about 65 practices.
Oh my God.
And
wait,
hold on, I'm explaining.
That's massive.
But listen, it's a big process of, we need to get these. Some of the GPs will want to, some of them might not want to. But basically, for me, it's like we're gonna have this kickoff meeting saying, "Hey, we're partnering with Norris Medical. We're gonna do all our stuff through them. So if Spencer calls your office, don't just hang up the phone. Let him in, and he will talk about getting your doctor's CE credits, courses, remote, like whatever, single implant courses, remote anchorage courses, whatever your dentists want to do. And then we also get a discount on implants now that we're partnered with them. So like for me, it's, I still have to sell the doctors, but now I have an in to do it rather than like just.
Have you met the in? Like in person?
Yeah. Not in person, but like over Zoom. Yeah.
Are you thinking about going to and having like an in-person meeting? Because he's the most
He's in
important.
Massachusetts.
Company flight. Take the private jet.
No.
Dude,
you can do a lot remotely now.
I want a private jet one day, Spencer. I want one. I'm not there yet, not even close, but we're getting there soon. I don't know how soon, but
should sell this.
No, dude, I love this. Is my baby. I got it for a deal. This is probably my most. Yeah, it's definitely my most.
Of course,
you can see
it should be.
It's in my podcast, but not just because of. Man, dude, that's why I get my suits from Goodwill, dude. I love the deal. There's like knowing I saved a lot of money, knowing that just makes me feel good. You know what makes me feel the worst? Obviously not the worst, but like it makes me feel really bad knowing I wasted money. Are you big into deals, Spencer? Wait, hold on, real quick. Quick fire round. We're almost done. Sorry to keep wasting your time.
You're not wasting
but this, dude, this is great. You are, dude. This is incredible. There's not a lot of dude. There's almost nobody where I can just shut up and Spencer can just keep going. I have to. It's dude. Good shit. Good shit for real. Not almost everyone who comes on podcasts will say 2 words, and then I have to keep going. But
no, I came into this knowing I wanted you to talk less because I was like, Kevin's gonna put on his professional asking questions. I'm like, no. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna make it so he doesn't have to. Because I wanted to have a conversation with you. I didn't want you to have to like look at, and you are looking at, which is good. Yeah. You should stay on track. But to like look at your paper, ask a question, I answer. Look at your paper, ask a question. Like, no, this is about having a conversation, and we are. That's good.
We're gonna jump off that.
Yeah, now we're gonna go rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire questions. You ready?
No, that's good.
So let's do. I don't know. Call it. I don't know. Rapid fire. So you got 5 seconds.
Okay. 5 seconds. Okay.
5 seconds. Favorite race memory.
Swimming at Olympic trials.
Go-to pump-up song before a big meet.
Oh, I don't have an answer for that one. I'm sorry.
I'll say DJ Turn It Up, but I don't even know.
No, I'd have to come back on that one.
One
That's a good
meal
question, though.
You'll always indulge in post-meet, post-CrossFit.
Ooh, my go-to meal after every big meet while I was younger, after a full taper, was Taco Bell, 4 beefy 5-layer burritos, and a large Mountain Dew, and then I'd fall asleep in the back of my mom's van on the way home.
Classic. If you could swim anywhere in the world, okay, it's not competitively, but like in any body of water, if you could swim anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh.
What are we
I think it'd be fun to go swim in the Dead Sea and float because it's of all the salt. I think that'd be really cool.
Bro, they should have a swim meet there.
No, that you.
Yeah,
you think chlorine's bad? Try swimming through that. No, but I think it'd be really cool to like go float in that water.
Dude, I know. One word to describe your journey so far.
Just dedicated.
3 words to describe what the next 5 years of Spencer Carl's life will resonate or, will look like.
Ooh. 3 words?
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I'll try.
This one's just off the top of my
No,
head.
yeah, I know. Okay, 3 words. CrossFit, family, and wealth. And I'm not going to define that as money or
I love that.
emotional wealth.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, wealth is, in my opinion,
Because I think it could be either.
well, wealth is just like personal, fulfillment.
Well, yeah, but I also want some money too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because the family side of it is like, I want to have my own family. I think 5 years from now I'm looking at that, you know. So the wealth side of it would be to support that part of my life.
Are you a romantic?
No.
Does your girlfriend agree with that, or would she disagree with that?
No, she would definitely agree with that.
What do you mean? Like, you're not a romantic? Because I don't know if I'm really a romantic either.
She said I love you before I did.
Oh, yeah, why is that? Why?
She was the first person I ever said it to that wasn't part of my family.
I feel like even if I believed it though, I don't know, I would feel nervous to say it. Wouldn't you?
It wasn't because
maybe
I was nervous. I just like, this is really weird and it makes me feel really heartless, but like,
No.
I don't, it's not even worth explaining, but she's the first person I've said it to. So like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Is she the one? Actually, I'm not gonna.
Yes. There's no. I'm not even like considering other options. Like my plan is.
You are 100% like.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys? Does she live in Holland?
No. Well, she lives in Muncie, Indiana, right now because she's at Ball State for grad school. But
is she almost done?
Yeah, she's doing a 1-year program.
Nice.
So she'll be done at the end of the summer.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying, like, when I say like I don't want to have any set plans on what I'm going to do or where I'm going to be, because I don't know where my job's going to take me. We don't know where her job's going to take her. Like,
you don't know when you're starting that gym up.
Yeah, you know, and because maybe I get upgraded or I get promoted to a territory rep and they want me in Massachusetts. So it wouldn't even be thinking about the West Michigan area. I'd be out there, you know. So like,
Is it easier to get sales as a territory rep?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's just harder because people like buying from people they see, not on the phone with. So it's a little bit harder. But like,
go look them
volume wise, you're just putting up more volume. So it kind of evens out.
What's your main? Well, okay. I'm gonna keep. If I were to keep going, then we would have another conversation about work. This has been a great episode, man. I appreciate you coming on. For everyone that's watching and is like, they talked about a lot of subjects, I know, but Spencer is literally the definition of determination, dedication, and resilience. I think the last word, resilience, defines you. Like no matter what it is, nothing's stopping you. Like what? Why? How could it? How could it? Nothing's stopping you because you're gonna find a way. That's something I'm inspired by, and I try to live by. So thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for inspiring everyone today. Is there anything else that you want to say on the #1 show in the world before no,
I don't think so.
We end out here.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
Spencer_Carl0. Big things coming with the Thick Boy brand coming up. I can't really announce them yet, but like,
let's do a promo. Let's do a promo for Thick Boy.
What do you want to do?
Thickboy.fit. What's something new they're working on, or like something?
I can't say it.
Just give me something. There's something that they released a while ago that.
Oh, it's not like that though.
Yeah, like
it's
shirt.
A clothing brand.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Screw it. Well.
Yeah, that was a bad call. But anyway, Thick Boy Fit. Cooking up some stuff with them. He's got Mark Short's got some.
Are you big into clothing?
Big things coming. Not really.
You should.
Like to buy clothing.
No. Well. Oh no. I hate buying. Dude, I only buy used clothes.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, I don't like name brand clothes. Like you used to wear your Supreme shit.
That's not even mine. Dude,
but still,
somebody wore
like,
that to my house and left it there.
Means, like, I don't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah. No, I just.
What do you mean then by are you into clothes?
Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm into clothes, but like, Because look at dude, look at
I
me, dude.
wear
I have a blanket.
clothes.
I wear dude. This dude is slick right now, man.
I know how to dress myself,
Bro,
but like
yeah. Do you think I know how to?
it's a little bit of a struggle right now.
I got the blueberry donut crew. I got the suit on.
Well,
I got
gotta have your own merch on, so that's okay.
course, of
And I
course.
told you to wear a suit, so
I already had these pants, but I had this in my car, so
the pants don't match the jacket.
well,
So it's good that you had the blanket on the whole time.
I know. That's kind of the reason. But I don't know. I actually combed my hair this morning.
I can see that. You need a haircut.
I've been trying, man, to get a barber on here.
Oh, no, don't get a barber on here. Go to KO Cuts.
No, because I gotta film it, dude.
No, dude.
I need to film it with
Johnny is so cool. Just call him and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Can I bring a camera in there?
Oh no, dude! I gotta get it in the setup. Like I gotta get it here,
dude. If you
we
pay
got the barber chair.
Okay, if you pay him more, he'll come here and cut for you. Dude, Johnny's so cool.
Okay, all right.
KO Cuts in Holland, dude. Johnny is the coolest guy ever, and he does such a good job.
I'll talk to Johnny, but dude, I know that I'm gonna.
You need a haircut.
Well, it's free.
You need to stop making that the reason you don't get a haircut.
No, well, I've been saying it's free promotion for whoever, and it's gonna get a fuck ton of views, and I'm gonna do a fuck ton of promotion.
Yeah,
with their I wouldn't pay for it. I want to get Jerry, but Jerry doesn't do haircuts, so he doesn't even want the promotion.
Well, then just it's still worth the conversation.
I want someone to come.
You should ask him. I mean, a haircut from him's $40. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but that's just not me, dude. I don't pay for haircuts.
Okay, then cut your own damn hair. No, then you need a haircut.
Come on here, and I'll promote you. Get you, all this, people watching. Dude, the posts don't get a lot of views, but the overall, everything combined, when you post 50 times a day, and I'll post 50 times, I promise you
that. A day?
Yeah. Do you want to see today? Look at TUEBOR today.
You've posted 50 posts, not Instagram stories. 50 posts,
reels on Instagram today. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Almost every day, dude. I started the account like 2-3 weeks ago. We have 600 posts.
Are you serious?
Huh?
That's crazy.
That's how we've gotten the views. Because the most viewed reel total is it's 4,000, which is not a lot for the amount for the total numbers. It's not a lot, but Instagram still doesn't. You're gonna go. Is there anything you want me to cut? By the way, or Spencer? I think he did pretty well. Usually, it's stuff that I say. I just have second thoughts about it, but
no, I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, I don't think there was either. This is gonna be great. Most of you guys are seeing this on clips right now, so if you're watching a clip, double tap that like button and follow Spencer Carl on Instagram. He is right here as a collaborator. Spencer Carl and TUEBOR Show. Click on Spencer, give him a follow, give him a like. And if you're on YouTube, go in the description. It's right underneath the video, like in the bottom area. You just click the bottom, click on, follow Spencer Carl. Boom. And then you're on the Instagram. Boom, follow button. It's as simple as that,
Cool.
Any last words, Spencer? Give me an outro.
And I don't have any outro. Also, you say TUEBOR different than I do.
TUEBOR.
Do you pronounce the
I have no clue.
I always thought it was TUEBOR.
It's in the Michigan flag.
No, I know.
I'm going to do this every day for No, I've never really explained it or explained why I did it. It's just like people will just they'll understand why pretty soon. Like it's
I get it. I just didn't know how it was supposed to be pronounced. I didn't know if you were saying it right.
TUEBOR.
Are you supposed to pronounce the I thought it was TUEBOR.
TUEBOR. It just doesn't sound as cool.
I feel like TUEBOR has too many syllables.
TUEBOR. It's just
TUEBOR.
Welcome back to TUEBOR.
Yeah. See, let's change that to welcome back to TUEBOR.
Well, okay. I think it's TUEBOR. So that
I have no idea. The first time I heard it, it was just TUEBOR. And then the first time I heard anybody say it like that was you, and so I was like, "Well, Kevin's around the Michigan State Capitol all the time. He probably knows more than I do. I don't know."
I've heard a couple people say it. I don't even remember how they said it. I just know that when I see it, I just think of TUEBOR. I don't know why.
I mean, that's fair.
TUEBOR.
I can easily see how it's said that way. I didn't know.
Just kind of made it. And if it is, if most people say tuber, then I'm gonna say TUEBOR because
Then you're just different.
yeah, you gotta stand out somehow,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I
Even
mean?
if you're wrong.
Well, okay. Well, my big three: mental health, lifeguards, small business support.
Mhm.
I haven't changed my my ideals. Like I've stayed. You know,
Yeah.
people don't
How
like
does that relate to saying TUEBOR?
because it means I will defend for all, and my values haven't changed.
Okay.
And some people are pissed about the lifeguards, dudes. I don't know why they hate it.
They don't want lifeguards at the beach?
It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like their reasoning is we don't have the money to spend, but then you know what I think? I think that if you're in Vermont, if you're in Massachusetts, if you're in New England, give Spencer Carl a call. Tell him wait, if you're a dentist in New
There
England.
you go.
If you're a dentist in
Don't just give me a random call.
can they give your company a call and
They
reach
give
out to
me
you?
a call. I'm not gonna put my phone number on this.
They can give you a call or like how
They
would
can
they?
find my Instagram.
Okay.
Spencer C_Norris Medical.
So the dentist watching right now should look you up on Instagram and DM you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spencer C_Norris Medical. That's my business account.
Dentist. If you're a dentist, this is urgent. If you're in New England, Massachusetts, or
Connecticut.
or Connecticut,
Rhode Island.
Vermont, New Hampshire. If you're a dentist in there, look up Spencer Carl on Instagram and DM him saying that you need the cheapest but highest quality surgical implants on planet Earth right here in your state. The cheapest, however, the highest quality. Give Spencer a call.
That is actually true, though.
Dude, for real. Spencer Carl on Instagram, absolute beast, and he is doing you all a favor. Look him up, reach out, and okay, it doesn't save lives.
Kevin, you just cut it. You don't need to try to wordsmith your way out of it.
I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey. Good show. Let's end it. Go for it.